All right, here we go. I don't have a script or anything, so hopefully you will understand what I'm doing and I won't make too many mistakes and you won't hear too many dogs barking in the background. Today I'm going to start out on working a little bit with glass eye. And for those that are new to the program, maybe this will be a little bit of help to you. So we'll see. First, I'm going to go to my Start menu, and I'm going to open Glass Eye 2000. Really helpful program. Whoops, this is something that I helped someone with. When it opens up, it will give you several options up here at the top. If you click on File, it will let you create a new project. It will let you open a project that you've already done. Of course, there's also a list of things that you have worked on in the past that you can just double click on, and that will bring that one up, such as this is Pikes Peak that I recently completed. So if you go to File, you can do a lot of different things. You can browse designs, which are the designs that come with the software. Plus any designs that you make. Go into your Glass Eye 2000 My Designs folder. Those will also show up there. You can use bevels. What's important for me today to tell you about is adding or acquiring backgrounds and removing background and the basics behind how to draw. So right now I'm going to start out with a totally new page, I guess is what you would call it. And I really want to import a background. And so I would come down here to add a background and click on it. That's going to bring me to an area where I can go look up, where the picture is that I want to choose. And I selected something just for today, and it's in a folder called Glass Eye Practice. It's a lovely bird of paradise. Now when you select it, it gives you the option. You can actually crop that image to a size that you'd like to work with. I happen to like this entire picture, so I'm going to leave it as is. You can also determine what size you want the picture to be here, if you would like. So I'm going to just say that I want it to be 20 inches wide, and it's going to be 14.981 inches high, which is kind of an odd figure, but that's all right, we'll go with it. And let's see, so we're going to just say okay. And however, if you wanted to crop, all you really need to do is position your cursor over the photo. See the dotted line that it creates, and then just hit the button that says crop, and it would crop that picture to just that item that you've selected. But I don't really want to do that. I just want to use the whole picture. So I'm going to say okay. All right, and there it is in all its glory. Pardon me for clearing my throat. So I'm going to start to draw, and while there are some things over here that you can choose under the draw menu, there's curve, there's arc, there's square, there's rectangle, there is circle, ellipse. I do use these things from time to time, and most often, for me anyway, when I need an exact circle or an exact rectangle or whatever. And a lot of the time I'll use those to make a frame. But what I tend to use most often is this little squiggle line here also means your curve. Ta-da, there it is. So if you click on that, that is going to give you a little tool on your screen that looks like a pencil. So you're going to pick a point at which you'd like to start, and you're going to click with the left click of your mouse, and you'll start going up to where things start to curve. You might have to make many little anchors to get the curve that you're looking for, or to follow it accurately. anywhere where it begins to curve, you need to start making shorter lines. So we're going to just trace this all out here. People have said, oh, I can't use this program because I'm not in the least, I have no artistic ability. Well, let me be the first to tell you, you probably really don't need to have a whole lot of artistic ability, because this is a lot like tracing. What you do have to remember, now I'm going to accept those lines and see, there they are. Now right now they don't show any of the knots, but if I come up here and choose this button that looks like it's got a couple of little circles on it, that will tell me that it will show my knots. So I'm going to click on that. When you come down here and look very closely, you can see that the knots have been added. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this, I'm going to look at it from a color standpoint. Where do I want my colors to change? And that looks like it's a slightly different color, so I'm going to draw that in, because I'd be probably using a white or whatever in this area. And this is sort of a pink, so I'm going to draw that in and accept them. And then I'll start on this leaf. So sometimes your knots, when you put them on, they're going to go to the, let me show you that again. I'm going to cancel. You know, this leaf technically starts right here, and there's a knot there, so it is going to let me attach it. Sometimes you'll find that you have a difficult time placing your cursor exactly where you want it to go. And in just a moment I'll show you how I take care of that problem. So there, another leaf drawn in. Now, because the cursor started in a good spot for me, that's just great. If it hadn't started in a spot that I wanted it to, a little trick I've learned is if you come up here and go to the magnifying glass and click on it, you can left click and enlarge your picture, and go ahead and enlarge it quite a bit. And that will, you'll have to come back up, select your pencil, come over, and that will enable you to actually put a knot in a place that you want to, not where the software wants you to. And it will let you go ahead and draw. I don't want to keep this because this isn't something that, you know, a line that I want to make, so I'm going to cancel. But that will, you know, to enlarge that will make it, you know, give you a little bit more flexibility about where you want your lines to be. So I'm going to go back up because I don't really want it this big, and I'm going to select my magnifying glass again. And you can tell you've got it selected because it turns whiter than the others. And I'm going to right click this time, and this will reduce my drawing back down to a workable size. So I can start choosing something else. You always have to go and pick the next radio button that you want to use, because it does not remember. What it remembers is the last command you gave it was the magnifying glass. So if you want to draw some more, you have to pick your curve button again and come down and select another spot to draw your line. Every time I hesitate, I'm drawing in a line, and right click and accept, and that will allow your finished line to